Gaming podcast. I am one of your hosts, Chucks. Top left, we have Ams.
Cool.
Top right, Andan.
Yo.
Bottom right, CJ. and we are the MultiTap team, basically. This is the podcast that we do weekly. We've been doing this now for 21 weeks, I believe. So we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep doing it. So make sure you hit the subscribe button to see when we go live and to see when we put videos out. But yeah, getting straight into it, we're gonna be speaking about what we have played this week. I'm gonna start off with Ams, as I usually. Well, actually, I don't usually start with Ams, but yeah, go on.
Pretty random.
Yeah.
This week, I didn't really play anything during the week again, but I got FIFA on Friday. I've been playing Volta in that. I played and deleted Vampire. That game is not for me. It really is for me.
Oh, thank God for that. I was going to download it yesterday.
Yeah, it's on PS Plus. I don't like the combat.
Oh.
Nice idea, but it needs to be delivered a lot better. And I've had a bit of Saints Row again. It's leaving Xbox Game Pass on Friday, so I'm gonna try and complete it before then, if possible.
Okay.
Even though that game's come off there, that's mad. Surprise.
I will go second. I have played FIFA as well for like the last couple days. Actually, for the last few days, because I actually got it early in access through that EA Play thing that they do. So I've been playing it a little bit. Usually been playing the people that really love the game, so it's been a bit difficult. I can't lie, but I've been playing that. I've also been playing. No, not that. But it's been difficult. But I've also been playing some like random game. Don't judge me for this. It's some game called Genshin Impact, and it's just like, it's so weird. I know there's a lot of people that will probably watch this and they'll know what it is, but it's like they call it a gacha game. I don't know what that actually means technically, but it's basically a game where you've got a lot of heroes and stuff like that, and it's kind of like Zelda. And yeah, you just go around completing quests. It's actually quite fun, I can't lie. There's like elemental parts to it. That's why I'm saying that it's like a Legend of Zelda as well. So you can obviously burn people and put it out using fire and shit. But yeah, that's what I've been basically playing as well. So
you enjoyed that game, though, right?
No, I'm not gonna pretend I don't. It's a fun game.
No, when you downplayed it a little bit, I was just wondering. I was like, yeah, it's good.
When I turn off FIFA, I'll probably go and play that or something. If I'm not playing FIFA, I'm playing that right now. To be honest with you,
might try it.
don't look like that. You play these kind of games on a weekly, so don't pretend.
I didn't think we were allowed to play them. We're not allowed to play fun games, just the best of the best.
Man. But yeah,
oh gosh,
CJ, what about you? What have you been playing?
Yes, I'm still back. I'm on Wolfenstein. I don't know if I was playing it last week. I think I just started it last week. So been playing that, and I started Star Wars Battlefront 2. And it's interesting because I've gone from playing like God of War, Ghost, and then I'm playing Wolfenstein, which is a first-person shooter. No, it is, yeah. Or whatever, first-person shooter. But Star Wars Battlefront, you can change. You don't have to be first-person, so you can have the full body shot. And it's weird because I haven't played a game like that for ages. Actually, I think the last game I played like that was the old Call of Duty when you was playing like the Warzone or Battle, whatever it's called, Battle Royale. And I didn't like it, but I've tried it on here, and now I think I'm just gonna try and play the game that way, just to break it up a little bit. I haven't played a game like that with straps for a long time. That God of War was, his axe, his chain blades. Ghost of Tsushima was a sword. So it's interesting to have a one like that with a gun. So I played that for a couple hours. I'm tempted to put on Horizon, but I feel that it's going to be a bad choice. So I'm just going to see if I can play out Wolfenstein first. Because I know I'm not gonna play the other games. I think as soon as I put it on, the way you man have sold this game to me, it's basically I'm gonna just give up on life and just play that.
What I would say is,
I'm going to play it before PS5 comes out.
yeah. That's what I was literally gonna say. Play it on PS5.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, play it on PS5.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what that's me this week. I'll shout out though. I downloaded FIFA. So my cousins could play it, and I beat Tyrone first game, whacked him. So I know if he watches it, he'll feel it. So I just had to make sure he knew. He wanted to come to my house and play me first on FIFA and beat me. Get out! But it's all good. It's all love.
Yeah.
Anda, what about you?
So obviously FIFA, I got it on Friday. So just been playing pro clubs. I actually haven't played like a online match on my own yet, to be honest. So I've literally just played pro clubs so far in it. So yeah, that's been going all right. Apart from that, yesterday I started Watch Dogs 2. So I got it on the Epic Games Store last week, I think. So yeah, I just played about half an hour, 45 minutes of it. Yeah, so yeah, it's all right. It's all right so far. Just see how it goes in it. Yeah, but that's really it. To be fair, this week. Yeah,
that's fine. That's
fine.
That's cool. Getting straight into our first topic, though, we're going to be speaking about the PS5 breakdown that they actually came out randomly. They didn't say that they were going to do it. They just literally just posted it on YouTube and said, "Here you go." They showed pretty much everything. How the motherboard looks. How did they show the power supply? No, they actually skipped that. They showed.
They took it out.
They didn't really announce. Yeah,
they didn't focus on it.
Yeah, they didn't. They showed us the SSD.
All of that,
literally. So, what are our thoughts on that? I didn't actually expect. I'll just slip my piece in. A pause. But anyway, the SSD, I didn't expect it to be like split up into 4 pieces, which was a bit weird, to be honest with you. And on top of that, the fact that the actual, like, I think it was the GPU is actually on the other side of all the other components, which was weird on the motherboard. So I've never seen anything like that before. Usually, even in like PCs and consoles, you usually just get everything on the same side. But yeah, that's what I saw. That was
that SSD was tiny as well.
Yeah,
I don't know how small that was, but it looked tiny, man.
Powerful as well. I was surprised. Well, I wasn't really surprised by the. I don't know if it was the intake fan or if they were the outgoing fans, but they had them on both sides. And I kind of expected it because everyone's been complaining about the heat and stuff on the consoles, and that's why we know that this console is so big. But there's a lot going on with just the fans itself. Like that's a lot. That's taking up a lot of space in that console.
That's a beast.
The
fan
is it's literally the biggest console that has been out ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the parts are huge. The fan is good because the bigger the fan, the more quiet it is. Because the smaller you go, the more it has to rev. Because it's so big, you can do less rotations.
Perfect, because that's exactly what I was going to ask. I was going to say, is that big thing going to make more sound? And especially because there's 3. Obviously, there's the main fan, but the other ones are to filter out the dust or whatever. I was thinking,
2 holes.
I don't know if it's going to make a difference or not. But that was quite interesting. Yeah, and the space for external storage.
Is
that something that was on the existing consoles?
No. You just had to buy an external hard drive, innit?
Yeah. So that's what I thought.
The way that
it was just an external hard drive.
The way that they've actually done it for the more storage is, I don't know if I prefer it or not, to be honest with you, because I feel like I would rather it just be the same, and then I know for a fact that I can get that, and then it can become competitive across to whoever's selling it. Do you know what I mean? Like with the Xbox One, cool. Go out and get that one. Whoever has the lowest price, you can get it from there. It will become competitive like that. But then when you start throwing in like, this one is gonna work, but then this one isn't gonna work, I feel like it saturates the market. So to be honest with you, I don't even know if I'm gonna get more storage, because when it comes to games, I usually just delete them anyway. and I have
Oh,
all my
serious?
games digital, so and I have
It's
fast
just
internet. So, but
It's just an M.2 slot, though, isn't it?
yeah,
It's
pretty
like the
much.
PC. So my PC has a spare M.2 slot in it to add a new SSD in.
Mm.
I think it just works the same way.
Would you buy a
I don't think it's
SSD?
interested.
Go on.
Oh, go on, say, Tony.
No, the only thing that I have the question is, like, okay, they've said the SSDs that are gonna work with the PS5. If I buy like a M2 drive just for backwards compatibility, can I put it on there and play it? Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that's actually the case. Amazon, I feel like you'll know. You know, if I
I
can.
feel like you'll probably be able to play backwards compatible games. It's just you need that speed for the PS5 games. That's why they recommend in certain SSDs. But I think the price will drop because it's not proprietary. So companies will be able to come up with their own, and you'll be able to go to Samsung, SanDisk, all these different places to get your M.2 drive. I think it's good. The thing I like most about the console is the shroud for the Ultra Blu-ray drive to stop the sound. I think that's really good.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, to be honest, because I don't want any sound coming from this PS5. I swear to God, if it's that big and it's still making noise, I'm not going to be happy, bro.
Wait, give it 2 years, don't worry.
Just make sure you clean it.
When God of War 2 comes out, don't worry. That you don't even know.
He's screaming at you.
I think it should be alright as long as you keep it clean. If you let it get dusty, then you've screwed yourself.
We'll come back to the PS5. My only question, I just want to throw this question out to you guys. We saw that there were reports about the Xbox Series X actually being very hot. Do you think that's true? Do you think it's gonna be a problem down the line? I go on. I'll let you go.
Well, I'm hoping it's not going to be an issue, but obviously, if people are talking about it, it must have been really, really hot.
Yeah.
To be honest, because I mean, like with my PS4, whenever I touch it, it's always cool. Even though the fans are making so much noise, it tends to be quite cool in it. So if they're complaining that this Xbox is hot and people are claiming that it's burning their hands, when they're holding it, it's going to be a problem.
The expansion drive.
Yeah, it's the expansion drive.
I took it out and it was hot.
Yeah. I think they basically been saying that the external hard drive was hot and the air that the console is actually blowing out is hot. I don't know if the actual console itself was hot.
Hot,
I think they said the console's hot because it's exhausting the heat. But the Xbox, I think Xbox said you should expect exhaustion of hot air because the power that it's got in it. So it's something they're aware of, but apparently it's not going to affect the performance of the console.
My PS4 gives off a lot of hot air. Like that is all that thing gets. Come like hot air, but then it takes off in one day. But I'm just kind of like, you see this Xbox one. I'm not surprised, but I don't know if it's the other end of the spectrum. So like last week when it was like it came out, everyone's like, oh, it's so good, it's so this, it's so that. And I was like, I'm just waiting to see when the first, excitement goes away, when they'll start talking about the bugs of it. I'm doing my own critic here and saying that, maybe they're just looking for a problem again. Like it's probably warm, but it's probably not burning their hand. If it was burning their hand, they'd be suing them. They'd be recalling these consoles. Like, I don't know what part of your Xbox you're touching, but I don't think you should be touching that part if that's the case.
Yeah.
Well, they said
putting a hand inside it or something. I don't know, man, because I don't expect it to be that hot. Do you know what I mean?
They didn't say it was scalding. They said it was uncomfortably hot to hold.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just going to bring up two concerns for both consoles just that we're speaking about. Somebody actually brought up the point that the holes at the top of the Xbox Series X itself, they're actually quite big. So do you guys see dust being a big factor of like the Xbox Series X having problems in the future?
But is there not like a cover underneath the holes or something like that?
I don't think so. I think it's just a fan, yeah. So dust
but the fan's pushing the air out, so it should stop dust.
Yeah,
dust will settle when it's off.
When it's on,
exactly. Yeah.
But when it's on, it'll push it away.
Like, definitely. Is that definitely the case? Or
I know
because I know that for a fact in my like PC or something like that, there can be dust on my fans. when I open it
Yeah.
up and stuff like that. So dust definitely can get in there sometimes, and and that's with a PC.
I think it will settle. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe.
it's not-
To be honest with you, I haven't had problems with my PC till now, and I haven't really done any maintenance with it. So maybe there won't be any problems. And another one for the PS5, they showed that it had Zen 2, a Zen 2 CPU in the PS5. That's the only wording that they used. But then what I clocked is they actually said it's RDNA 2 based GPU. It's an RDNA 2 based GPU. Do you think that based means that it's not like actually RDNA 2 and it's just like using features of the RDNA 2 and it's not actually like comparable to the Xbox Series X? Because that I don't know why they've worded it like that if it's just an RDNA 2 GPU. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll pass it on to Kieran.
You know?
They're like, wow, jeez. this is extreme. So this is what it feels like to not be in the know.
Well, I think you can assume that they've AMD would have made it specifically for each console, right? What they would have asked for. Because PS5 was asking for higher overclocks, and Xbox was asking for more cores, right?
Yeah.
So I reckon neither of them are actually base models. They would have been made specifically for them, and then Xbox One's more powerful, well, more cores, so it should be able to run more processes.
Yeah, and
rather than faster.
Yeah, we'll have to see with that. Okay, I don't know why I brought that up. Let's move the hell on with that. But anyway, does anyone else have anything else to say about the teardown that they saw? Oh wait, one more thing as well. Yeah, liquid cooling. I don't know what that has to. No, actually, it's liquid metal, and they're using it for the cooling. So it looks like PlayStation. I swear to God, if this makes any noise, yeah, after all these measures they've taken to make sure it's cool and it doesn't make noise, oh mate, PlayStation have failed. But yeah, there's that, the liquid metal.
But it's one of those things here, like, well, when you first get it, it's not going to make any noise in it, but they haven't tried this out for 5 years, so they don't know what it's going to sound like in 5 years' time.
Exactly.
It's the same thing. PS4, when you first put it on, it didn't make no noise. Now this thing is taking off every time you turn it on. so you don't know, innit? So
it just got more.
This liquid metal that they bring in. Yeah. I want my room to be colder than it is normally. Don't even start. If I put that console on, it needs to be cooler. It should come like aircon. This is what I'm expecting out of this console. I think both consoles are gonna. You've had enough time.
Yeah.
Have trust.
And another thing as well. A lot of people have made a big deal about this. Some people are like, "Come on, man, this is not a big deal at all." The fact that you need to unscrew the part at the bottom to basically lay it down sideways.
That's childish.
I personally think that it's like an inconvenience. Like, why the hell can't I just? It's a console. You know what I mean? Why can't I just turn it?
But it makes sense. PS5 is not flat though, isn't it?
No,
exactly.
So they went for that.
That's why, isn't it?
Also, you don't have to put the screw in. If the screw bothers you that much, you don't actually have to put it in. It will stay. But if somebody knocks it, then you're going to be pissed off yourself. You're going to be burning. So complain about the screw if you like. But if you don't screw it and you leave it standing up and somebody knocks it, go and cry to somebody else because we will not hear it. It won't be us that will be listening.
Also, how often do you change the orientation of your console? You do it every week.
Orientation, I love it.
To be honest, this is going to be a problem for other people because I don't even know where I'm going to fit the PS5 anyway. So my issue is where am I even going to put it to even begin with? So let alone putting them both on the horizontal, vertical. I don't know, man. Yeah.
Definitely the case.
Because I had a problem because I have my current PlayStation in a unit, but if that unit is closed, the PlayStation tells me I am too hot. It comes up on the screen. I'm too hot, yo. It's too hot in here. So I'm wondering if it's going to be the same case because I want it to be tucked away. I don't want to have to see it. I don't want anyone to accidentally knock it. I don't want you to be anywhere near it. Yeah, unless I'm putting a disc in because I think I'm going to get a disc one. Tony, shout out to you. But no, I want it to be away. I don't want to be able to mess with it. So I'm hoping it can be in there. You don't think so?
You're gonna have to cut a slot in your unit where the top of it sticks out. It will not fit in your unit.
That's mad.
Boy,
no, well, I'm hoping. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll move on to our next topic, sticking with the PlayStation pretty much. They've revealed a couple screenshots of Spider-Man Remastered, not the actual new one. And it had a bit of ray tracing in it. And a lot of people on the internet were not impressed with what they saw. I'm going to break down the people that actually know how this works, like this kind of technology with ray tracing. They came out and said, no, this is actually pretty good and what we expected. People like Digital Foundry, and there's one guy on there that really loves ray tracing. He broke it down on like the process of actually making it work and everything like that. But I can't lie, as a general consumer and as a person that would just look at this and just think, okay, I personally wasn't impressed by it. It doesn't look like something that would make me downgrade to play 4K 30 rather than 4K 60 personally. So yeah, what are you?
Are you talking about you see the clip, about a minute and a half that they showed when
so no, yeah, that's
on the ledges. Yeah,
there's about 3 instances that they've shown ray tracing in Spider-Man. There's the Miles Morales one where they showed the gameplay, which was there's a bit where he's walking through. There's a bit where he's walking through, and on the floor you can see the people that are dancing. I was like, okay, that looks decent. That's where we've seen it in motion, so it's like, okay, that looks decent. But then they've showed 2 screenshots of Spider-Man Remastered where Spider-Man is swinging through, I think it's like 2 cars, and you can see it on both cars, the ray traced reflections. And then there's another one, which I think is personally the worst version that they've shown, is where he's hanging up against a building and there's a window there, and it looks, in my opinion, it looks rough. It looks very rough. The trees didn't have any leaves on it. There's no details. There's no shadows. It apparently is quite far, which is impressive. So, but yeah, what are your thoughts? I want to know what your thoughts are on the ray tracing itself, and if you feel like would you rather have the ray tracing, all the bells and whistles, and 30 frames per second, or would you like smooth gameplay?
To be honest, yeah. Well, first of all, you see in terms of reflections on the windows, because I remember in Spider-Man on the PS4, every window that you look at, the reflections are the same. So it doesn't matter what building or skyscraper you look at, you still see the city skyline, even if there's nothing behind it. So that might be one of the reasons why it still looks like that to begin with. And secondly, in terms of gameplay, I think unless you've got a serious TV or something like that, I don't think you're even going to notice. And to be honest, for 90% of gamers that are even going to buy the game anyway, they're just going to see the improved graphics at 4K 60 or whatever. I don't think they really care about the lighting or the way the lighting reacts is much more different, because you're going to see an upgrade anyway from when you played it on PS4 regardless anyway. So I think most people are not even going to, like, you tell people there's ray tracing on the PS5, they don't know what it is. So yeah, they're just happy to play 4K 60 or whatever it is. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue.
It's an improvement to new games. I don't think it's an improvement needed for older games.
So one sec.
Go on, CJ.
Cody, can you hear me? Yeah, I was saying I think it's an improvement for new games. I don't feel like it's an improvement needed for older games. So you've already, you're trying to move it to 60 frames, and then you want to add it on top. I don't feel like you need to take a game that I've already had, and especially because it's still fairly new. It's not like a 10-year-old game that you've then remastered. Do you know what I mean? You're not even. I don't feel like you're remastering the game. just stick to what you have with Miles Morales. People that are getting new games are getting this new experience of the ray tracing and stuff. I don't know if to call it a cop out, but I just think it's cheap what they're doing to bring out an existing game with new features they want to basically put into all new games. It's cheap. Well, like you basically don't want to spend the time to break a brand new game. You want to make us buy the same game again, or people that may have missed out on it previously. Because, yeah, I don't appreciate that. I feel like it's that same GTA vibe. You're gonna make GTA with ray tracing now. They probably will.
They probably will.
The difference is that GTA was on PS3. I think that's the main.
No, but this is what I'm saying though. Like, it's but then no, man. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it in an older game. I don't think it's needed. I enjoyed the game for what it was.
It's because of the Miles Morales. I think if they weren't releasing Miles Morales, they wouldn't have remastered it now. Maybe later on when number 2 comes out, they would have remastered it. They wouldn't have done it.
Well, I guess it's a good bit of campaigning, or a bit of good like work in terms of their marketing. You know, for anyone that hadn't played the existing Spider-Man, and you're waiting for PS5 to come out, and you're thinking, look, this one's been brought out. There's new stuff brought to it, so you're getting an even better game. And if you look back at the reviews of the game, it's going to have great reviews anyway, and you see improvements of that potentially, and you're having to wait before this Miles game comes out. You probably buy it. So, I mean, in terms of promotions, campaigns, and marketing, they've done extremely well. I just think it's cheap. I think you're cheap. I just throw that out there. You can have it.
I wanna give people a bit of context for what this answer is about to bring, because Ams is a bit of a 4K snob. If you want to say that, he'd rather prettier graphics and all the bells and whistles than play like a 60 frame game. I've always been the 60 FPS guy, and I've been saying this from day. And Ams has just been like, it looks weird. That's his direct words. So I want to know from you, Ams, what would you rather see?
I think if it's locked at 30 and it looks a lot better, all the lighting is on point, then I don't mind it.
You would prefer
60 frames. My eyes has gotten used to 60 frames now, so I can play 60 frames. But if it means that I'm going to lose all of the like ray tracing, and it won't look as good, I'll prefer if it's locked at 30. I don't want to go below 30 because then it starts to shudder. But I can do 30. I think I'm buying this console for the graphical upgrade and for the ray tracing, so it makes sense that I want it all. But I think some games will run at 60 with ray tracing. So
I think
I don't
you're
think
probably talking about
game.
like Street Fighter or something like that, which can run
but
on
some
pretty
games will
much
run
anything.
at 60, or maybe not 60, but capped at the lowest being 30, and it's free to go up. Maybe.
Yeah.
So if I'm getting 40 frames, 45 frames, I can deal with that with ray tracing and the high-end graphics. I don't think, for me, 60 isn't absolutely necessary. It's good, but it's not absolutely necessary, especially in cinematic games.
This is definitely something we're going to have to do. Just for all the viewers that are going to watch this now and in the future, we're basically going to have an unboxing all at Andan's house. We're going to be maybe doing it live. We may record it. You'll know closer to the date that we actually do it. Spider-Man is coming out on the same day. We're pretty much going to get it on the best TV out there because it's going to be at Andan's house as well. So we're basically going to give you our impressions of what Spider-Man is going to look like and what we prefer to see as well. So make sure you tune in for that. We'll give you updates closer to the date as well. So there's that. The next, well, actually, I think sticking on Spider-Man, Miles Morales has actually gone gold as well. So yeah, that's coming out November 19th. So yeah, we'll see. No, it's coming out November 12th because we're getting it. Yeah, we're getting it a week late, which is, oh my gosh, can't believe that. But anyway,
what they did do is during the gold they revealed some outfits, which I think was cool. And it looks like they revealed Into the Spider-Verse outfit.
Is it?
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
liked it.
They
That's
showed a
actually
little
pretty
teaser the other day. Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool, to be honest with you. So yeah, sticking on the topic of games going gold. There were a few others that went gold as well, I believe. What's that game? Demon Souls has gone gold now. What other game? Cyberpunk as well, which we spoke about last week. And
I've ordered it now.
say that again.
I've ordered Cyberpunk now. Got it for £41.
Oh, have you?
Imagine that.
You got it for how much?
£41.
41.
Yeah.
From where?
I'm shocked too. You might
Anyone that's listening to the podcast at the moment, we're all staring at Amlek with disgust that he hasn't shared this information with us, as if we didn't want to buy the same game.
You're gonna buy it digitally. What do you want from me?
Yeah, we are. We
What?
are, to be honest. Nah, yeah, CJ, let's not pretend. But we're
It's
getting into
it's
it.
45.
It's cheaper for us.
44.99.
It's cheaper for us. But
I
and
did
that
share
you're
it
on
for
your
Anna.
own, pretty much.
I shared it with Ando because I knew he was gonna get it physically. But I had some points on shop too, so it dropped it to 41.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Not
pretty
bad.
much all the PS5 games that are coming out at launch, they've all pretty much gone gold this week. And yeah, we'll move on to the next topic as well, which is Rambo being announced in Mortal Kombat 11, which actually brings up a lot of topics, to be honest with you. They're bringing out a PS5 version and an Xbox Series X version. There's going to be cross-play in that version as well. Rambo wasn't the only character that was announced, was he? There was another character that was announced as well.
They put Melina in after saying for the long. I think Ed Boon has been saying for a while she's not going to be in the game. Stop asking for her. Now she's in the game.
I don't know who that is.
Previous
Unfortunately,
DLC was downloaded, to be honest.
It's one of the female ninjas, and she's the one with the teeth in her
Yeah.
mouth.
Oh, okay.
She was in the last game, but they took her out.
So yeah, there's so that them adding Rambo pretty much lets them have Rambo in the game. They've got Terminator in the game. They've got RoboCop in the game now.
Mhm.
So these are pretty much all like 80s movie
Actions,
action movie stars pretty much. So they've got the whole roster. They're taking that route instead of like the whole Nintendo getting mascots. They're trying to steal their thunder pretty much. So
And I say that WB are the king of fighting games. I don't care what a Nintendo fan says; they just do it well every time.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm calling you lot out. So who wants to say something?
It's okay. Tony.
And yeah, they've pretty much come out and said that they want us to vote on who the next action star should be. So let's get our thoughts on who we want. Hams, I'm gonna go to you first because I think you have someone in mind.
I wanted the main character from Raid because he can do everything. A lot of people have been saying John Wick, but the hand-to-hand stuff wouldn't work as well as it would for the Raid guy. I think.
Yeah.
The only problem is I think they're looking for 80 stars, which
Are there a lot of those though? Like I feel like they've got
it's
most
a lot,
of
but they've got 80.
Because they've
Is
used like
Blade in this
Alien,
one?
Predator, all of them as well in the past, isn't it? So, yeah.
Is Blade in this one?
No, they're
Nah.
not getting played. There's WB.
Bring Blade, bro. I'd love it.
There's no way Marvel's giving them any Marvel
Yeah, I
character.
know. It's a shame though.
so
But
But they
is there
can bring
any-
more DC ones if they wanted
Yeah,
to.
but I was thinking about who. There's no real DC
They bought-
villains that I enjoy to that extent.
yeah.
They bought Joker. Joker's in it already.
Yeah, Joker's the greatest
Yeah.
one. I don't think they need to extend it further than that though.
So who would you want? And Ams, as you,
I want the Raid guy.
oh,
John
so
Wick,
you
I'll
want
take.
him? Oh, okay. That's fine.
But I haven't downloaded these new DLCs yet. I plan to get around to it. But I've never been let down by the full roster list by WB. Like in Justice, they had the Ninja Turtles, which I think was sick.
I don't even know.
And they have very good DLC characters. So I don't think they're going to give us ones that are letdowns. When I saw Terminator, I thought it was sick. When I saw RoboCop, I thought it was sick. And this new Rambo looks sick as well. I think they're doing very well. So I leave it in their hands. Whatever they bring, I'll take.
So
So
Rambo
you-
looks like actually.
But you two are missing out. You're missing out on the two greatest action movie stars of all time.
What's
Yeah.
his-
You lot don't even know.
John McClane?
Nah, not even. I was thinking of him,
I love John McClane.
but they need to bring in Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Steven Seagal, and that's it.
And Drew Davison as well.
That Muay Thai kick to the face,
They already have Johnny Cage, who's based on
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
now bring Steven Seagal, man. Yeah, that's it.
Fine,
Do you know what,
ultimate character.
boy? CJ, I'm just gonna skip being you because I don't think we have anyone to be honest with you. So yeah, that's pretty much the podcast. To be honest with you, it's been quite a slow week, but yeah, it's go on.
Can we share this virtual pro stuff?
Oh
I
yeah,
feel like a lot
sorry.
of people will be
CJ, I'll let you-
frustrated
I'll let
with
you-
that information.
I'll let you get into that. Go on.
So yeah, well, it's probably because you guys have already started your characters on FIFA on Virtual Pro, and we've just found out today that all your stats and stuff is not going to go onto the new gen. It's not going to be carried over, but your Ultimate Team, your careers and stuff will all carry over to the next gen console, the PS5.
Career mode is not carrying over either.
It's not carrying either.
Yeah, just Ultimate Team, mate.
Yeah, you know why? Because the microtransactions are there. They know you will pay again. They know you'll keep paying. If
I'm
you didn't pay
surprised
that one,
they're
that's it.
not even going to cancel it. Say you just have to start again. That's it.
Nah, they want people to keep buying on that one. But yeah, I think that's quite disappointing because I know you guys are very much
joke, mate.
enjoy Virtual Pro. I mean, so what we said. What's
Do you
our
know what?
thoughts? Are we
Yeah,
gonna stop?
now that I think about it, yeah, they probably were like, "Oh yeah, we wanna make you guys pay for next gen versions," and then we were all like, "Nah, we don't want to do that." And they're like, oh, "Okay, cool, you don't want to do that, yeah? Look what we're gonna do." And they've done all of this now. They're like, "You're gonna want to pay for it next time." Jesus Christ, I don't know, but
That's
yeah.
mad though, isn't it? Really? It's not that bad, but it is if you put in the man hours that some of us do on that game. You know what I mean? Because now you kind of feel flat in the fact that if you make it to Division 1, what is there now? Like,
get carried over,
it doesn't get carried over.
Player being trash again, So.
It's actually crazy that when you think about it, they carry all our settings over. Oh, I can just start using the same button configuration that I used from the last game and the last game. But then from the same game in the same year, I can't even transfer stuff like that. Nah, that's madness to me, man. Yeah, I actually feel like they've done this on purpose.
Yeah, definitely feel it's done it on purpose. Definitely.
But yeah,
that was just a good one to share.
What do you guys think this will lead into, like madness when it comes to microtransactions in the future as well with these guys?
Like, microtransactions are already a madness. I don't know what else you can do to make it worse. Like,
ask UK fans what they can do. To make it worse.
They'll find a way, but I don't really know what else you can do.
When you're paying for your single player character, then
can you imagine?
You know it's worse.
Is there anything in like UFC that has mad microtransactions? Like
UFC is all cosmetic. Like leveling up your character is all done in the career mode. There's no you have to pay to. 2K is the ultimate form. This is the pinnacle of microtransactions where you pay for your single player character. You pay for your ultimate team. The only modes that are free to play is my league. And all the modes that are online, basically, you're paying for, apart from playing single team games.
That's wild. I couldn't imagine doing that for FIFA. I even struggle with doing that for Ultimate Team. I can't do it. I don't know about you guys. Microtransactions for me is just like, but you already took my money. Yeah. You can't then tax me as well. That's not fair. Just come out the tax.
They tax you twice because they charge for the upgrade. So I bought.
Listen, FIFA came out on Friday. Some people go on Tuesday. I already know one boy spent £300 already. Yeah, that's 4 days. 4 days, £300.
Oh my god!
So he has Henry. He has R9.
Yeah, literally.
£300, you know.
And his dick didn't
Wait,
even get
that's
wet.
some people's
I'm
month's
joking.
rent, you know.
Cut that out. Cut that out.
so wait, I don't know, innit? I don't know.
Wow.
In 1 week.
Yeah, 4
Few-
days,
4
mate.
days, not even a week.
4 days.
That's insane.
Bro.
Hey, Andan, you might
You
as
gotta
well
do
just
what you
tell
gotta
him
do.
to buy you a PS5, bro. Like, he literally spent the PS5. He bought the
Business
game
on
at
wasting
£300. He bought the game at £300. That's a PS5 right there, bro. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
£300.
Yeah. Serious. I was chatting to him today, yeah.
Any parents out there, if you have your accounts, your billing, your cards and that linked to your consoles, remove it.
You think my
Your
son's
kids
gonna
get
have
hold
my
of
card
it.
linked to the console? You're crazy.
Boy.
I'd rather go to the store and buy him a voucher. That's the only way you will ever get money on that console.
Weird. No way.
But
I'm not
yeah,
buying him any vouchers. He can save his pocket money.
But yeah, that's
or
that's,
she.
yeah,
Or
that's-
she.
so that's gonna be the end of the podcast. Again, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe for all the content that we're gonna put out in the future. You already know we've given you glimpses of what you're gonna get, so definitely stick around for that. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode and the videos that we put out during the week. So take care.
Hey.
Peace.